If you want to study abroad in some of the most beautiful countries, or you want to immigrate in those countries such as Canada, Australia, New Zealand, US or UK, then you must have known about IELTS. If you don't know what IELTS is, then here we are with this video to help you out with the very first step of moving ahead for abroad. IELTS is the very first step in case if you want to immigrate to world's most developed countries or you want to study abroad. So here we are with this topic IELTS, and we are going to talk about what IELTS is, how we can give this exam, what is the pattern of this exam. IELTS and TOEFL, these are the two most popular exams for English proficiency test. But first, hello guys, welcome to the College Mela once again. Here we are with the new topic IELTS. This video is gonna be in English because the basis of this exam is English language proficiency. Here I am, Dr. Shubhra, to help you out with the IELTS examination. I have given this exam, so I would give each and every precise information, and after seeing this video till the end, I am sure that you will not need any information from anywhere else because you will be completely thorough with the examination pattern. So let's start. What is IELTS? So IELTS is the International English Language Testing System. This exam is the first crucial step for all those candidates who want to pursue their career opportunities overseas or want to immigrate in those countries, especially in Australia, New Zealand, Canada, UK and United States of America. Basically, this exam is preferred in those countries where the English is the language of work. IELTS is associated with IDP Australia, British Council and Cambridge ESOL. It offers placement in Australia, New Zealand, Canada, USA and UK. So for those candidates who are willing to migrate to these countries or they want to pursue their career there or study there, so IELTS is the basic examination or the first crucial step. Why IELTS? IELTS is accepted worldwide. More than 1100 organizations do follow their results, and leading universities, training institutes, government departments to immigration agencies, employers and professionals and industrial organizations accept the IELTS result. So next, let's talk about the IELTS scope and benefits. After qualifying this examination, a candidate gets certificate of proficiency in English language, and this exam provides an opportunity to get a good command over the language. Next is who can give this exam. So anybody above 16 years of age can give this exam, and there is no maximum age limit for this examination. So what is the purpose of taking IELTS? So first is study, second is immigration, and third is work permit. If a person wants to study or get a work permit or want to immigrate in English speaking countries, then the candidate has to qualify the IELTS examination. A person can give this examination through British Council or IDP India, both. But in India, only IDP Australia conduct this examination all over the country, and the fee is around 14,700 rupees as of now. So it's quite costly examination. If a person wants to take this examination, then it would be my suggestion that please prepare for this examination and then apply for this. So now let's talk about IELTS test structure. So basically IELTS is of two types, academic and general. Academic is the examination for those who want to study abroad, and the general part is for other people such as those who want to migrate to these countries or the one who wants to get a work permit. Academics is usually taken by students planning for education abroad or professionals who are exploring work opportunities overseas. Now let's talk about test format. So there is a test of speaking, listening, reading and writing. Out of these four tests, listening, reading and writing takes place on the same day, and there is no gap in between these three examinations. While the speaking test may either fall on the same day or any day up to a week before or after the test date. Candidate can choose paper-based or computer-based examination. There are some differences in if a person choose computer based rather than paper based, but then I'll discuss it later in the detail. But first we will talk about the format of the examination. First is listening test. Listening test is of 30 minutes. In case of computer based examination, a person do not get any extra timings, but while choosing for pen and paper based, a person gets 10 minutes extra to fill up the answer sheet. Reading test is of 40 minutes, and in those 40 minutes a person has to read and write the answers. There might be objective type, true or false, or the one word, two word questions. Candidate will not get any extra time during the reading period. Then after giving reading, there will be a writing test, and writing test having two parts, the task 1 and task 2. Task 1 is of 20 minutes and task 2 is of 40 minutes. The task 2 is essay. Candidates opting for general IELTS, task 1 is letter for them, while for academic people, task 1 is maybe a graph or maybe a chart to read and explain the understanding from that chart. Now, the reading and the writing part is little different for academics, while it is similar for listening and speaking for both the modules, whether it is academic or the general. So basically, a IELTS test take 2 hours 45 minutes except speaking. Speaking is of 11 to 15 minutes. Speaking is similar for both the kind of modules, whether it is academic or general. During speaking, there are 3 parts of the examination. The first is introductory part. Second one is the cue card, where a candidate gets 1 minute to think and write about the given cue card, and 2 minutes to speak about it. And then the third part comes the follow-up questions. IELTS listening is of 30 minutes for computer-based examination, and for paper-based examination, a candidate gets extra 10 minutes to fill the answer sheets. During listening, there is an audio recording. We have to listen and we have to answer the questions. There will be 40 questions in total, and part 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now let's talk about the reading part. Reading part is of total 60 minutes, that is of 1 hour, and during that 1 hour a person gets 40 questions to answer. There might be objective type of questions, true or false, or one word or two word. Next comes IELTS writing. IELTS writing is of 60 minutes. For this, 2 tasks are given, task 1 and task 2. Task 1 is letter for the general person. Now next comes the task 2, and task 2 is similar for both academics and general, and they get an essay of 250 words that must be completed within the 40 minutes. Academic writing involves 2 tasks, one explaining data, graphs or charts, and the other asking views and arguments on a formal level. General training involves 1 letter writing task, which may be formal or informal, and an essay writing task expressing views in a very personal style. Now let's talk about IELTS scoring. Test takers receives a score for each test component: listening, reading, writing and speaking. Individual scores are then averaged and rounded to produce an overall band score. In IELTS, scores are graded on the 9-band system. Each educational university or school sets its own minimum IELTS scores to meet its individual requirements. Mostly an average of 6.5 with a band score above or equal to 6 in each of the 4 sections is welcomed in most universities and schools. So basically, the top band is 9 and the lowest one is the 0. Whenever you will go and ask about IELTS scoring, so everyone will talk about CLB 9. CLB 9 is Canadian Language Benchmark, which is 9. That means listening 8 and other 3 components as 7, such as speaking, reading and writing. Minimum 7 would be required to get CLB 9. During the express entry, the CLB 9 will provide us the maximum scoring. Paper-based examinations are having very limited fixed days, so one has to book them in very much advance. If you want to give the IELTS paper-based examination, then I can suggest you that please book this examination at least 20 days prior to the exam date. Sometimes seats gets blocked, so make sure that you're booking your exam well ahead of time. During computer-operated examination, a candidate can get their results within 3 to 5 days of the last examination. During the paper-based examination, it takes 13 days after the last examination. When you will log into your account, you will be able to see the result. Make sure that if you are giving that examination, then keep on checking your account every now and then, because there might be some information related to you. A copy of your IELTS result is known as the test report form, that is TRF. Each candidate is issued only one IELTS test report form, which is valid for 2 years. Up to 5 copies of a TRF will be posted to the relevant institutions you have listed on your IELTS application form. TRF number is valuable. When you will log in into your account, you will be able to see your TRF number. Now that is the important part. You have to see the TRF number and the score sheet with that, and then download it and print it out. Now IELTS score are eligible for the next 2 years of the declaration of the results. So make sure that you are applying to different universities or for immigration within this period of time. If your IELTS results are of more than 2 years back, then you have to give the IELTS examination again. Let's talk about the band score. So for listening, in case if a person wants to get 8 band score, then out of 40 questions, 35 must be correct. In case of reading, academic reading, 35 questions must be correct, and for general, 38 questions must be correct for the band score 8. Believe me guys, this exam is not as tough as people think, but this is an English language learning test. This is not the one we can remember and mug up the English and then we can give this exam and clear this exam. We have to learn this language by heart, that we are listening and creating an English environment around us, and writing practice is important. I understand that English writing speed is important, but handwriting, grammatical mistakes, connectors, fillers, everything is important as a writing. So make sure that you are following all the details from IDP website. They have given how a person can learn a good English language, how a person can perform better in examination. So IDP have given lots of details about this examination. I'm giving the link in the description below, so you can click on that also. From personal opinion, I must tell you that I have given this examination once and I have learned various things about this examination. So I will link about those YouTube channels also, so that you can get proper information that how a person can give this examination and how can they achieve a better. I must say that I was not at all good in writing. So for 15 days I studied thoroughly about the writing, how we can write an essay, how we can get good marks, and I got 7.5, which is the decent score for writing. So I would say and suggest that do not scare from this examination, and do not think that you have to give this exam again and again. So first time you are giving it as a trial, don't give it as a trial. Just prepare for this exam, follow all the rules and tactics, and I'm sure you will get better scores. In case if you want to ask something else about this examination, I will definitely try to help you out from this situation. If you still have some doubts about this examination, then please comment me in the comment box so that we can answer it. I will link below the YouTube channels I followed for this examination, and I must tell you that those channels helped me a lot. Another issue comes when people say that they don't get any listening recordings so that they can practice about listening. So please go to YouTube channels or different websites. Even they are available in the free of cost also, so you can try there, you can solve those papers there. Self-analysis and improvement every time is the basic key for any examination. So do not scare from exam and just prepare for that. If you're preparing this exam and if you're willing to give this exam, then wishing you best of luck. I hope this video will be helpful for you guys, and in case if you want to ask something else about this video or the other kind of career options, so please comment me in the comment box so that we can reply. Due to your likes and subscription, we get motivation to make more and more videos in future. Definitely we will come up with some important information in the future. Thank you from Team College Mela.